Why do I know? Why do I know these things? I am Zero. Seek a door that carries a 9. 9 hours, that is the time you will be given to make your escape. Now is the time. Let our game begin. Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here for the October month of madness and horror let's play of 9 hours. 9 persons, 9 doors. I would like to mention here and now, just as a matter of fact, I'm actually filming this before October up, and now I got to skip. Let's just go into start. There we go. As I was saying, I'm actually filming this before October because obviously DS and 3DS games take longer to edit. As a frame of reference, I am currently uploading episode 28 of Dark Cloud. Just to, so you guys can get a feel of the time frame. Let's see, it's September 4th? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Anyway, let's begin. I'm going in completely blind. I have no idea about anything. I did kind of spoil something for myself by accident, but I'm going to take the picture I accidentally stole while looking for wallpapers with a grain of salt. And yes, starting from the beginning. This game is fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. Okay. Huh. Bottom screen is cutscenes, huh? Go oh, never mind. Oh shit. Oh. So that happened. Menu. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. A loud noise startled oh wait, never mind. As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow! With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw his hands to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air. His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down onto the cold gray floor. Ouch! God damn it! What the hell? Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he'd fallen from. It was a bed. No! Sleeping in a bed? What a concept! A third-level bunk bed, in fact. Oh, that probably hurt like a motherfucker. Mature rated game, I can curse. Obviously, I mean, it's a horror game. I know they're gonna make an E for everyone horror game. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk. His shoulders hurt, his knees hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he'd fallen, where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling. I guess I am going to need both scenes. Why is the top screen shaking so much? I guess it's supposed to be. Maybe the ship's still moving? He wondered if that bump was the reason he felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first he thought the tremor that had ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but he looked around and he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking. Well, that could still be a vision, just throwing that out there. What is this menu button? I'm curious. Okay, save, map, calc, and file. Oh, I don't have that. I don't have any files, and I don't have a map. That makes sense. Okay. I could just tap them with the stylus. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? It didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. Then again, Junpei had no idea if it was what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. And muttered to himself, "Where am I?" His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstance, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Is Junpei a guy or a girl? I've been giving him a guy's voice because I'm just assuming it's a guy, but it might be a girl. If so, I'll change my voice around. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking. Oh, I thought someone was knocking on the door. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things that sound could have been, but none of the things he could think of were good. Let's see, creaking metal. I can't think of anything good that it would be. In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The three-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed with a set-in wall between the beds. Wait, what? And set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door with a 5 on it. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door in red paint, someone had written 5. To be fair, how do we know that that's red paint? It could be blood. Just throwing that out there. 5? What's this 5 mean? Well, you see, Junpei, 5 is the number after 4, but just before 6. Suspicious and still utterly confusing, Junpei approached the door so slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed a hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result. A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It wouldn't open. It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. The heck is that? Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. It didn't take a genius to figure out the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door! There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped. What the hell is this? He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of a sort he'd never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display. It looked like nothing else, so much as a watch. But clearly it wasn't that. Huh, it's also number 5. After all, it showed only a single number. 5. That's the same as the door. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what it meant. All he knew was it was strange and new, and he wanted it off. I don't know, it looks kind of nice. I mean, it won't function as a watch, but it looks nice. It's my favorite color, red. And I guess I'm not against the number 5. It's not my favorite number, but it's not the worst number. Junpei flipped his hand over as to remove the watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps... He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? Oh, he is a he. Well, there we go. Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However... It looks more like he's shaking his wrist, not really tugging, just... really energetic. Damn! Ugh, it's no good. Damn thing won't come off. A steel ring ran from the face, around Junpei's wrist, and back to the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future. What the hell is the deal with this thing? Why is the bottom screen and top screen exactly the same in every way? Unless I'm wrong and there's differences between them, but I doubt that's the case. Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix, as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, but none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode. Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? Why? What the hell happened to me? It was at that moment he noticed the window. The window was round, rimmed with riveted brass, like a window from the early 20th century ship. An early 20th century ship. What? Wait, am I in a ship? Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond, but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment... What the... You gotta be kidding me! What the hell is going on here? Okay, we have a serious problem. A crack split from the glass in the window, and for a moment Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst, and water began to pour into the room. What the hell? God damn it! Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already coming through the window, he ran for the door. Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something! There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor, and rising quickly toward his knees. Things were not looking good for Junpei. Huh, understatement. In a couple minutes he's going to be drowning, unless you give me control and tell me what to do. Normally in this situation I'd look around the room first to see if there was anything to maybe pry the door open, or a key card, or maybe tap the watch against the thing. Maybe that would do something. Not good at all. Really? He needed to find a way out, and quickly! Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat from his eyes, and looked around the room. What about the briefcase? Seek a way out. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Operation during an escape. During an escape, you can move to different parts of the room by touching the bottom screen. Since many areas require very exact selection, we recommend you use the stylus. Okay, fair enough. Searching during an escape. During an escape, you can touch the background to search anywhere in the room. Areas you can investigate will be highlighted yellow the moment you touch them. Depending on the nature of the location you touch, you might find an item or a hint. Begin searching by touching places on the bottom screen. How to move. Touch the triangle icon on the bottom of the screen. Doing so will change the viewing angle of the room and move you to different locations. You can do the same thing by pressing left, right, down on the control pad. Bird's eye view. If you want to know where you are, touch X on the camera icon on the bottom. Touch X on the camera icon on the bottom screen. Oh, okay. It's saying I can either press X or tap the camera on the bottom screen. This will show you where you are and what direction you're facing. Saving during an escape. Pressing start will allow you to save. If you want to quit, we recommend pressing start. Purpose of escape. I guess it'd be to escape. The purpose of each escape is to get out of the room. How you do that depends on the room. You'll need to search all throughout the room and discover what you need to do to get out. Searching for hints and items may help you find a way out. Okay. No dice, it's locked tight. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. 101. Number on the dial reads 101. I guess I need to put the key in the keyhole before I can enter any numbers on the dial. It's a small keyhole. If I want to open the briefcase, I need to fill it up with a key. Okay. Okay, what else we have? Oh, well, what do you know? Let's see if there's anything in here. Huh? Looks like there it is. There is, rather. Key? Yeah, there's a little blue key in the bottom of this pot. Odd. About items. During an escape, investigating certain parts of the room will allow you to obtain items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Touching L on the top left will take you to the item screen. While on the item screen, you'll be able to investigate, hold and combine items that you found. Or do that. If you want to investigate an item you found, touch the icon for that item in the item screen. Then touch R, or search, at the top of the right corner of the screen. Okay, small blue key. Doesn't have any numbers on it, does it? No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. This key is pretty small. Definitely not for a door. What is it then? For then? The key is blue. It's supposed to open something else blue? Well, gee, I wonder what it could be used for. Investigating with an item. Touching the item while on the item screen will select that item. While the item is selected, touching L back to return you to the room. Investigation screen. If you look down at the bottom left corner of the screen, you should see the icon. This shows that you are holding the item. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Investigating suspicious areas with different items to see if anything happens. Press up on the control pad will select another item for you to hold. Okay. Back. This is the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was that easy to open. That solves the mystery of whether or not this stove has been used before. What's this? Looks red. A screwdriver. Well, that's good. But I want to be using my key right now. Well, I'll use my key after. Okay, there we go. I know what the key is for. Might as well just, do that now. Alright, let's see what happens if I put the blue key in the keyhole. And nothing. Guess I'm going to need some sort of code for the dial. Minigames. During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several minigames. All operations for minigames are done by touching the bottom screen. Some minigames will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or touch the right thing. Well, since this is required, I don't think this is going to have a minigame series, this particular series. Operation instructions. Touching the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way, then touch the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Well, I'm not going to try every single combination there is. Damn it! Open, you stupid thing! I don't think it's going to open if I whack on the wall a couple times. Might make me feel better. Not going to help, though. Alright, Junpei, don't freak out. Keep cool and look around for some more clues. Yeah, I'll... There. That's what I wanted. Okay. Let's see, is there code anywhere? Red and blue triangles. Can I combine it with anything? No, I can't do anything with that, so never mind. See, a red triangle. If I could just hold that the right way. There we go. That's probably going to be useful later. And... Oh, wait. Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough. And here's the picture. Oh, I get it. Hang on. If I could just turn this around. Okay. I wonder if I could combine the papers and just make it easier on myself, or if I have to actually read it. No, I can't. I have to read it. Okay. So, the code is red triangle upside down, 7, 4, 6, 3. 7463, 7463, 7463. I already did combining items. Blah, blah, blah. Combine, yada, yada, yada. It's not that hard, game. I'm not 5 years old. I can figure this stuff out. Okay. 7463, 7463, 7463. Guessing I have to find the right 4 numbers. Alright, let's give it another try. They're gonna tell me again? Oh boy, this has a lot of tutorial in it. Okay, I got this. 7, 4, 6, 3. Did that not work? Did I misread it? I must have misread it. Okay, hang on. Item. Okay. Let's see. 7. Okay. So, upside down triangle is 7. I got that right. The triangle there is... Wait, so that's 4? Yeah, that's 4. So I was right, 7, 4. Okay, then the full one is 6. And the upper one like that is 3. Yeah, that's 7, 4, 6, 3. So I must be doing something wrong. Do I actually have to combine them now, or no? Maybe there's something else in this room I'm not getting correct. A red key? Now I know what I have to do. Okay. So, Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him. His reflection stared back at him from the mirror, but he scarcely recognized himself. What's up with my face? His confusion was well justified. His face was drawn and pale. Dark circles around his eyes made him look as though he was nearly dead. Man, what the hell is happening to me? How did I end up here? Even as he said it, something in his mind opened, and a memory bobbed to the surface. was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. Did it have to do with those flashing images I saw? Probably. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Inside was his apartment. A small, open, one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. Damn. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far, he'd been there for 3 years and 7 months. Huh. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life, as if waking from a deep slumber. Their cold light illuminated the landscape he'd come home to so many times before. Geez, I am rambling all over the place. Everything was as he'd left it. The magazines piled up in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. There was one thing that didn't belong, however. There was a breeze. Breaths of cold night air wafted? One of those. Into his apartment, carrying the smell of autumn with them. Oh, that was clever. Something didn't belong. You expect there was a guy! Nice. You know, I'd be a little more alarmed about, the room flooding if it wasn't for the fact they dragged me out of this, and there didn't really seem to be anything like a timer to when the water went to make me panic or anything. Whatever, maybe they'll do something like that later. A white curtain framed his window, swayed gently in the wind. Huh? That's weird. Did I leave that open? Ah. Junpei walked toward the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He'd stuck his head out and looked around. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Junpei shrugged. He must have left it open earlier. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know why you'd do that. I mean, I don't know where he lives. It looks like a city. Probably don't want to leave your windows open because someone could jump in and steal your shit. That's all I'm saying. Close the window. Then it happened. Oh, hi, masked man. Junpei turned and found himself face to face with a man dressed all in black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden. Looked like he belonged in a game like Stalker or something of the like. Junpei tried to scream, but all he could do was manage a strangled croak. He tried to step toward the man, but his legs could no longer support his weight. He doesn't look that scary. I'd probably punch him in the face. Junpei collapsed to the floor and crumpled in a heap of limbs like a discarded puppet. What a cow... Oh, never mind, it was gas. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out of it at an incredible rate. If only he had kept that window open! The smoke had grown so thick that the details on Junpei's apartment had begun to fade in the white haze. He could feel his mind beginning to fade as well. The white haze that was not the smoke, creeping into the edges of his vision. Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. Wait, rasping. Not exactly sure how that sounds. I thought he was wearing like some sort of voice-altering device, too. Well, whatever. It was cold and harsh, and distorted in some way Junpei couldn't put his finger on. Oh, maybe he is wearing a voice distortion device. You are going to participate in a game. Would you like to play a game? The nonary game. It's a game where you will put your life on the line. That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him, and the masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist.